Okay guys, I've just entered a trade on Aussie dollar because it's something that was highlighted this morning. Let's have a look.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. And if this is your first time here, I'm the big fella Scruff. And what I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So let us have a little look at this Aussie dollar. And I'll kind of explain it a little bit. So if I pull this through, you can see I've just entered the trade on the break of this here. Okay. It's a very simple trade premise. Now, the trade idea itself, I've already explained this morning. Now, if I pull out the strengths and we'll pull this up, we'll see that it came up here very early morning, that it's a good trade to look at. It's also one of the strongest currencies running, and the US is still pretty darn weak. But what I'm paying attention to is over here. Now, the US is gaining ground, but the Aussie's gaining a lot more. So there is still strength in it. So I'm very interested in that. Now, I do biases on an update. And for this section, we're in the 9 o'clock to 10 a.m. section. It's telling me to buy it. It's telling me it's pretty good. And at 9 o'clock, it was sort of saying, wait, well, it's now paying off. Okay, so that's kind of what this is. Now, I will be looking at the FTSE later on this morning. A little salute to Chris. Get a haircut, son. Get yourself a haircut. Running joke, boys and girls. It wasn't quite ready when I analysed it earlier on. But I did a full breakdown for them, as I always do. And there it is there. So they know exactly kind of what was in my mind as to why I'm not taking the trade and when I possibly will take the trade. And that kind of raises a little bit of a question, because a lot of people just jump into trades thinking, well, I'm here, give me a trade. Well, it's not quite that simple. Not taking a trade is the right trade if the conditions are not there. Don't just switch the machine on and think, well, I'm here, I need a trade. Now, I've got a barrier here, which is roughly about 9 pips up. Now, we'll just put it onto a straight 10 at this moment in time. Now, that's the only trade that is running. There's no other tickets. And, well, we did knack all yesterday. And I'll tell you for why we did knack all yesterday, because we were using Black Bull. And Black Bull is the MT5 platform that you see me use. So what I'm trying to do at this moment in time is I'm alternating between 2 platforms, because I like this platform. This is where I do most of my trading. But a lot of guys want to see Black Bull and MT5. And reason being, well, it's just a nice, easy trade to take. Now, I am actually in this on my 5%ers as well. So if I just run this over, I actually want to show you something on here. There's the trade running in. It's running quite well. But if we look at this part of the chart, can you see how it's moving the price as I pull it? It's like a little trick. And it's a real good salute to the 5%, not the 5%ers, to the Discord group. Because one of the guys showed me this yesterday, and that's the beauty of that Discord. It's all shared learning. So Marcel, you did really well. Because I never noticed that before. What's it do? Well, if you look at it, it can pull the price into the middle of the screen, and it just means that if you are wanting to scroll through, it's fine. But when you press your indent, it pulls it into the middle of the screen. Gold, absolute gold. And as you can see, it's the same trade. Okay, so that's what I do. I mirror whatever I'm day trading over into 5%ers, and that makes my life a lot easier. Now, if you're interested in the 5%ers prop fund, there is a discount link down below. You'll get 5% off the fund. And also, if you want to try Black Bull, again, there's a link down there, as to all of my brokerages. I only use 3, which is IG mainly, Black Bull secondary, and my prop is 5%ers. Right, let's talk about this trade for just a second. As you saw, it had good strength in it. Okay. There's also strength inside of the dollar, which is coming in. So it's why I'm being relatively conservative. Now, if we flick this into a basket of stocks, and they're all on the 1 hour, what we can see here is, maybe it's not so much on this top corner one because my head's in the way, but it's pushing up as well. They're all pushing up. Even these ones here that have red bodies in them have tails to the bottom with a body pushing up. So what that's telling me is the entire Aussie currency is relatively strong. So if I'm going to be buying this, I'm quite confident with it. But as I said, we have strength coming into the dollar. Well, if strength comes into the dollar, it's naturally going to sell off the Aussie. So I have to be a little bit conservative with the target. So that's why I'm targeting up into the next point. How do you get to this point? Very simple. If I'm looking here, I want to see where the turning points are of the move. Now, there was a colossal shift here. You can see it. Smashed through levels, blah, 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 blah. And these levels have been respected in the past in the high time frame levels. So the fact that it stalled there gives it interest. Came down, failed this, showed the strength. But let's have a look to see what the extension has to say for itself. Well, if I put an extension into this move from here to here and then pull this back, well, it highlighted pretty much to the pip this level that was put in prior, absolutely to the pip. And price smashed through. When it returned, it came back to it to the pip. So the next logical point is these two levels here. Now I can put on, just push that up to there slightly. This is where I'll be paying attention here, because it's the next barrier in its path that may stall it. If it keeps on going, it's coming up to here. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3 areas of attraction. Now I've only got one trade in because it's actually nailed it quite well. I'm not worried about not having a full position in, because I'm more worried about the process. Flick this through. What else can we see here? Well, you can see a full drive down. If it's moving up into pretty much a full size reversal, which it has a lot of signs for, because this is now being respected and it's holding above the 50%. Look at where the stall points are that I've marked out. Well, this one is the top of this cluster, this chop. And the other one, the 161, is at the base of this. So they are good targets, but I'm being relatively conservative with them. So let's play it out, and then I'll come back to you at the end. Okay guys, there you go. Job's done, well executed. Proves again that levels and fibs actually balance out. Because look where it's stalling. It's stalling bang on a key fib. And where did it accelerate from? Well, what do we know? It was a key fib. So these mapping techniques genuinely do work. And as you can see, it's gone up, it's stalled bang on that level and is pulling away. And if it breaks through, brilliant. They then use that as the new accelerant for the next part of the move, which will be to here. If it breaks through that, so forth and so forth. That's kind of the easy way of trading. Nothing here, that's all done. And then that's it, finished. Okay. Now, yesterday you saw me set up an MT5 for the 5%ers. That's now being complete. And again, just to give you a little bit of a sort of shake up of what can be done with very simple sort of trades. There is a small 5%ers prop fund account. There is a link for this down in the description below where you get 5% off. Doesn't look a lot, but it did exactly what I was calling, and we've got nothing running there. And I've started a new journal for this, just so that we can see what's going on with it. I work on the drawdown. Now it's the micro account, so it only has a drawdown of 300. What I'm looking for is to increase that ever so each day. And today has put 4.26% onto that drawdown by using very small position sizes. The markets that came out were the ones that were identified by my strength sheet. And this sheet will help me control what's going on. Now, I'm starting it at a 50 pence bid size, which is a little bit bigger than it maybe should be. But I'm only dealing on hourly charts to get an idea, and the strongest and best of the best. And it's paid. This is done. I'll do it again tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Very, very simple process. So there you are. I said I would set it up for you yesterday, and it's done. Nice and simple. So I hope that kind of helps. And just for like your little trick, you can see my head up in the top corner somewhere, which will be kind of up here somewhere. If I get hold of that little thing, that pulls that over slightly. So when I'm recording, I can now pull this over into the middle and then show you MT5 working as well. Okay, so happy days, pleased with that. Another little tip for you. So do keep your comments coming. We'll be doing a live stream probably Saturday morning with those. Just come along, just ask me. It's Ask Scruff Trading Clinic, and I'll just talk to you and tell you the thoughts of the madman while I'm sort of working on a Saturday morning. And it'll be great if you can drop along. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.